Hi everybody and welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at the Kaees or Kaees Alexander RDA. It is a 24 millimeter RDA and it's got a unique airflow system that I'm dying to show you. And yeah, postless build deck, so really simple to build and wick, and I'm going to show you that as well down below. So before any ado, let's go ahead and go down and build on the Kaees Alexander RDA. So here we are with the Alexander RDA by Kaees or Kaees, however you want to say it. I do have mine in black. It'll let you know what color it is by the sticker on the top. This is the box that it comes in. It's got your scratch off authenticity and then of course their social media information. On the back, it's going to give you some features for the RDA: an inner chamber with dotted slanted air inlets, a lotus leaf shaped postless dual coil build deck, easy to build and install. Pre-installed A10 resin drip tip, deep juice well, the usual. And then of course it's going to give you some kit contents. Inside the package, you're going to get your RDA. I do like the fact that the box is not terribly hard to get open, so that to me is a plus. Inside you're going to get your RDA. Underneath here, you're actually going to be getting your RDA information. Again, it's got the same information that was on the back of the box, so I do like that they gave you the little card and it's got all their social media links right there. And then underneath, you're actually going to be getting 2 coils. You're going to get a squonk pin, some O-rings, and some extra grub screws, as well as your Allen key. And this is actually for your 810 drip tip. So if that O-ring does go bad, you can actually go ahead and swap it out. So I do love the fact that they included all that. And then let's go to the star of the show. So this is actually the Alexander RDA. I do have mine in black. It's going to be a little bit hard to see it. I do apologize, but that's the color that was sent. It does have the nice engraved logo right here. It's got some really nice knurling right there. They look like little diamonds or little... oh my gosh, I don't even know, like little, I don't know, it's like diamonds to me. And then of course you've got your resin 810 drip tip, which is absolutely beautiful. Depending on which RDA you get or which color you get will be dependent on the type of color that you get for your drip tip. On the inside, that is that O-ring that I showed you, that they do provide you an extra one, which is always good to have that. And then you will have side airflow. On the side, if you notice, it's got 4 squares right there. These can actually be cut down and moved. You can actually cut them all the way down just like this by doing half like that, or fully. Or if you go the other way, you can actually do it like one little block at a time. Like right now, that one's closed. Keep going. Now the whole top row is closed. Keep going. Now you've got 3 closed, really restrictive with just 1 open, and then you can keep going. So I do like the fact of being able to adjust your airflow and having so many options. That's awesome. On the bottom, it is a 24 millimeter RDA. It does say Alexander RDA, Kaees right here. You've got a protruding 510 pin right there. If you want to put this on a hybrid, it is protruding enough. And then you can, it is like a 3-piece. So if you take this airflow ring off here, you can actually see how the airflow actually steps down, which I really like. And then that is the top. And then look at this. Is that not, it kind of looks like a spaceship. I absolutely love this. If you notice, your airflow is going to be coming in these slots, but then it's got like a honeycomb type of airflow system going on the inside, on either side. And they are slanted down because the way that that dome is, they do angle down, which will then hit your coils a lot better because it's not going straight across. So I do like that. So let's go ahead and right here, you can actually see the doming right there, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and take it apart and we can look at the build deck further. So I'm just going to put this over here. The one thing that I can find to kind of match the drip tip. It's a red drip tip. I'm sorry, I didn't have nothing to measure with. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Now, when you first get it, these O-rings will be a little bit snug. It does have dual O-ring placement. Now, if you look at the top cap with that built-in dome, it is very domed on the inside. As I mentioned, that airflow is actually going in and then down. So I do like it. You do have notches on either side, so your notches will actually go into here. So you can see there's actually one there. That's where it fits. It's got a little tiny bit of play, not much, but it does have a little bit of play there and a little bit of play there, which actually goes into your deck right there. Now it is a postless style deck, and they are calling it a lotus leaf build deck. And I think it's because it's supposed to symbolized like a lotus leaf, like the look of it. But for those of us that don't really know about lotus leaves, it really doesn't matter. I do love the fact that it's postless. I'm a postless fan. I love postless build decks. I feel like they're very, very user friendly and very easy to build in Wick. If you notice right here, you've actually got openings right here. So your juice has actually got this whole space. This is more like a raised deck. So your juice, you have plenty of juice room. It might look like you don't have a lot of juice capacity, but you really do, because it's taking up the space from underneath. Now, if you have your squonk pin installed right there, which I have tried squonking and I have had no issues, it'll actually raise it up so that your juice will come out on either side, which is why the bottom is open the way that it is. You do have your wicking channels right there. And of course, these are your notches for your top cap. They do have Allen screws that are actually installed for you. And then of course they come with the extra ones. So yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to building. So I'm going to go ahead and start loosening up those grub screws. And let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to put this in here and just start very, very nicely threaded. If you notice, there's absolutely no grinding or anything like that. So I do like that. And then just do the other one. And they're pretty open. I do think that they're pretty open for the sizes. They kind of look small, but you'll fit some nice builds in here, coil builds in here, but very, very smooth. I absolutely love the smoothness of these screws. They aren't getting stuck. They're not, you know, too hard to open up or take out, but they do clamp down really, really nice. So that's that. Now for the coils that I'm going to actually be using today, can you guess? Yes, of course. They're Coil Clout Fused Claptons. These are my absolute favorite coils. I just got a bunch in so that I can keep building. So yeah, so my order is now come in. They're also selling cotton there too. So coilclout.com, if you use the code Wendy, you get 10% off of anything on the site. And that's how they come packaged. Absolutely beautiful. And then you can use this for like your eyeshadow or makeup or lipstick or something. Multi-use. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-cut my leads. Being that this is a postless build deck, we're going to go ahead and measure it and see exactly how long those coil leads should be. What you're going to do is, being that it is postless, we're going to actually use this side for measurement. Now, I've already done this, but I wanted to show you how to do it. So what you're going to do is just basically, you're going to put it right on the edge of the lip right here, and it's going to tell you about what you need. So I'm actually going to be doing, you can do between a 4.5 and a 5. I actually do like it at 5 millimeters, so I'm going to cut it right there. But that's how you measure it on a postless deck. If you had a post deck, then you would actually use this side. So let's go ahead and put them in there. So 5 millimeters. Turn it over, and I'm going to be using my handy dandy, my new Wotofo cutters, which I'm absolutely loving. I've not had any issues with them, and I'm loving them to death. Finally, I've got some good clippers. I mean, I have another set which I had just gotten, but I love the grip on these. So go ahead and do that one. And this coiling tool is really just amazing. I use it for just about every single build that I do. I just love how it works. Very, very simple. See, there we go. We've got 2 coils all ready to go. So let's go ahead and drop those in. I am going to get my handy dandy screwdriver because that's what I like to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop those in. Now we do have positive and negative sides, so we're going to be putting them in just like this. So all you have to do is just literally just drop it in like that. And then go ahead and put the other one in, and then we'll tighten them down. Now these are not going to bend your leads either, because it is flat just like that, and your coils are actually going to rest just like this. So that's perfect. Oops, my coil came out. That's why I usually do one and then the other, but there we go. All right, and then let's go ahead and tighten this one down. There we go, and then tighten this one down. And then we'll go ahead and do the other side. I'm just going to hold that in. Very, very easy to build. I absolutely love this build deck. Well, I love postless build decks, so this is definitely one of my favorites. There we go. Very, very easy. Just straighten that up like that. Straighten this one up in the center as well. I'm OCD, so this one's got to go over a little bit. There we go. And I'm just going to bring it out just a little bit to the airflow right there. Right there, right there. Okay, so there we go. There's our build. Very, very easy. You can't get easier than that. Literally drop them in, screw them down, you're good to go. So let's go ahead and start heating up the coils. Yes, new coil, and we'll get that started. Bring this down some, and of course you want to get your handy dandy ceramic tweezers. I never ever strum with metal. It can create a short, which is why they have created ceramic tweezers. So I'm just going to go ahead and just pulse them a little bit and What I do sometimes like to do is just pull them out just a little bit, just to give them just a tiny bit of space. And this sometimes will help them heat up just a little bit faster. So there's that one there. And this one here. Ah, yeah, they're heating up really nice. Okay. Pull this out just a little bit right here. Oh yeah, baby, turning blue. My favorite color. Turning blue. This one. Okay. Let's space this one out just a little bit. Okay, almost done. Okay, we're just making sure that we get all the hot spots or lightning bolts. Some people call them lightning bolts. I call them hot spots. And there we go, heating up perfectly even. So I'm gonna grab some cotton and then we're gonna wick this baby up. For my cotton, I'm gonna be using my Kendo Vape Cotton Gold Edition. This is my absolute favorite cotton to use. I'm just gonna take a strip that I've already cut off of there, or pulled off. I'm just gonna cut this in half and then just start twisting up the end. And slide it right through the coil. These are 3mm in diameter coils, so it's really, really easy to get this through, just like that. And then go ahead and do the other side. Put that one through, pull it through. There we go. And I do love these tweezers. I actually need a new pair because they're kind of like turned. I've used them so much. I've been using these for about 4 years, the same tweezers. And I'm just gonna thin it out just a little bit. I'll get my handy dandy scissors and just cut this right here. And do the same on this side. Just fluffing it out. Not thinning it out too much because you really don't need to. It's got a really nice deep juice well. And just go ahead and put that in there like that. Right there. Look at that. Fits absolutely beautiful. And it just brings out the blues in those coils, doesn't it? And then put this one in like that. And that's it. That's all you need to do. It fits absolutely beautifully. It looks beautiful. So let's go ahead and wick this up. And for today's e-liquid, I'm actually going to be using this Booze Hound Mimosa. I got this in my vape tin and I'm loving it. It's like a mimosa, so it's super, super yummy. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting it on the coils and then pulsing it, because that way we make sure that the cotton is wet inside the coils, not just on the outside. Turn this up a little bit, and then we're just gonna put some on the coils and then pulse, put it on the coils, making sure that the cotton is wet within the coils, not just on the outside. That way there's no ramp up time, no dry hits or anything like that, no cotton flavor. This always works for me, and this is the way that I've been doing it for years. And it's my favorite method. And then just go ahead and do the rest. And there we go. All set to go. Look at that. We got vapor. So let's go ahead and put the top cap on. Again, you want to find where the notches are and just go ahead and place it in. Again, the first time you use it, the O-rings might be a little snug. But yeah, so that's it. You can see right down there. There's my airflows wide open. So let's go ahead and take it on top and have a vape. Okay, so we're back on top with the Kaees Alexander RDA. And before anything, as usual, I'm going to go ahead and have a vape. Very, very nice. Very, very flavorful vape. I have to say that it's spot on flavor. I know exactly what this e-liquid tastes like, and it's tasting absolutely like a mimosa. And that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, before anything, I'm going to actually go over my pros and then we'll do the cons, because there's only a couple cons that I do want to talk about at the end. First pro is definitely flavor. The flavor is amazing. I mean, amazing in this RDA. I love, love, love it. I've used it for both squonking and dripping, and I have to say, either way, you're getting tremendous flavor. It's all dependent on if you want it for squonking or want it for dripping, but that's totally up to you. Easy pulseless build deck. You can't get easier. It's literally drop in your coils, tighten them down, straighten them up, wick it, and you're done. So I do like ease of build, and this has it. So I'm a fan of pulseless build decks anyway. I prefer them over the majority of them. So pulseless build deck is for me the way to go. Another thing is going to be the airflow and having those airflow options. The airflow, the way that they made it is so unique that it goes in, but it also goes down into the honeycomb type of airflow. And that right there is getting right inside that kind of like a reduced type of chamber, because the fact that it is kind of narrowing it down based off of that dome on the top that I showed you. So it feels like it's actually a reduced chamber, but it's a dual coil. So it's got really, really nice airflow, but it's got that flavor boost that a reduced chamber gives you. So I really, really like that. Also, you can literally drip into this and there's no leaking. Because of the way that the airflows are, that they're actually like this and they're not like just side. You can actually go ahead and squonk on this. You can drip on it, and I haven't gotten any leaking. I mean, if you tip it over, of course, you're going to get leaking if you fill it too much. But other than that, absolutely beautiful. No over dripping, no over squonking. And that to me is perfect, because that's what Wendy needs. So yeah. So again, all you have to do is just like literally blunt your juice in it, and you're good to go. I have not received any spit back from it, and I think that's because that dome shape on the top is kind of reducing that. Also, to reduce spit back, you always want to make sure that your cotton is kind of tight in the coils, not over tight, but very, very snug within your coils, because that does reduce a lot of the spit back. I do get questions of that a lot of times. And what it is that your cotton is just a little bit too loose in your coils. If you tighten it up a little bit, you're going to be just fine. I love the fact that you can use a little bit more cotton. You don't have to thin them out too much. And I love, love, love that, because that means that you're going to be absorbing a lot more e-liquid in the cotton legs. And it's just, you don't have to drip that often. I just can't talk today. I don't know what my problem is. I need another vape. That's what it was. It's easy to wick. So a lot of people have sometimes problems with wicking, but as long as you make sure that the cotton is snug, but not too tight within your coils, you're perfectly fine. If you put too much cotton, you can always thin it out later, but it really takes a lot of cotton. That juice well, it doesn't look big, but because of the deck itself is still underneath that raised deck, it works. It works really, really well. You can put a lot of juice in here and not have to worry about dripping every 3 hits. So I do like that. Squonking, I love squonking with this. This is probably going to be one of my, because I'm very particular on dripping and squonking. This is definitely probably going to be one of my squonking RDAs. I do prefer it because of the fact that, number one, you can't over squonk, and number two, it's just got tremendous, tremendous flavor, and I really, really like that in a squonking RDA. Now on to my cons. Okay, right now, currently, I do have it with just the bottom open, the top is shut down. There's a reason for it. I'm going to go ahead and open it all the way up, and that way you can hear it. So it's fully open now. I've got both the top and the bottom. Sorry about the black. I know it's hard to see. Did you hear that? It does have some whistling. It does. When it's fully open, it does have some whistling. Now, I will tell you that this works in an opposite way of a lot of RDAs. Usually on RDAs, the more you reduce the airflow, the better the flavor gets. Let me tell you something. Opening up the airflow on this enhances the flavor even more, which is kind of crazy because you're getting more airflow in there. But I don't know if it's because of that dome section in there that it's whistling. It can be annoying to some. For me, it really doesn't bother me. It's only because the video that I want to cut it down, so I didn't want the whistling in there. But the whistling does not necessarily bother me, but it might bother you. But again, all you got to do is just shut it down. It's got so many different types of airflow options for you to cut it down, either the full row, or you can actually just do one of the boxes, or you can cut it down almost all the way if you would like a really restricted airflow. Options for me is really, really key. So I do like that. So I'm going to actually just close off like half of the top and then leave the bottom, and we'll go ahead and vape it that way. Still has that whistle. The only way to really get rid of the whistle, you definitely need to close off the top row. If you close off the top row, you absolutely get no whistle. Either way you do it though, if whistling doesn't bother you, have at it, because the flavor just intensifies even more the more you open up that airflow. I love it. I don't know if, again, if it's from that domeness or if it's going in and going down. I don't know what the reason is, but the flavor on this is absolutely on point. I want to say it's like a 9.5 in flavor for me, from a 0 to 10 scale or 1 to 10 scale. So that's it. It does come in 4 colors. It comes in black, stainless steel, gunmetal, and blue. Beautiful blue. I'm kind of into the blues now, so I have to tell you that. Another thing is going to be the fact that a lot of these RDAs now are coming with an extra drip tip. This one does not have an extra drip tip, nor does it have a 510 drip tip adapter. So that can be for some a subjective con, or a con for some. For me, I love the drip tip that it comes with. But I would have liked just an alternative, you know, just to have an alternative. I don't really use the 510 drip tip adapter, so that to me is not really a con. That's just a subjective con that I'm mentioning for you. Other than that, the only other thing I can think of is if you do want to cut it down, say, because you can cut it down also halfway. If I turn it this way, I can actually cut it down where both of them are halfway. So let's go ahead and do that one for you. Still has a slight whistle. But see, if I cut it down semi-halfway like that, the only thing is that the airflow is a little bit off from the center of the coils. Now, it does have a little bit of play, as I showed you down below, but it's so minute that there's no way to really position it. So I would have liked just a little bit maybe of a track system so I can actually line it up if I decide to do that. But being that I'm using it with the bottom open mainly, it's not really bothering me, but I did want to mention it for you guys, just in case you noticed that or you thought of that. So other than that, oh my gosh, that's pretty much it. That's all my pros and cons. I'm actually going to put it back the way that I like it. And yeah, so that's it for my review. Currently they do have it. I think it was My Vapro or My Vapor Store or Element Vape, things like that. You can actually check out all my recommended links. They're on my Wendy Vapes Facebook page. If you go there, it's got all my recommended links. Those are the links that I trust the most, so that's where I have to have it. Unfortunately, I cannot leave any links down below. It's against YouTube policy, but if you're looking for a new RDA that has a pulseless deck, it's got a really nice juice well. It doesn't over drip or over squonk. You can't do either one of those. And it does have, you know, the locking top cap. I would definitely probably look into it. I'm really liking it. The flavor on this is just so on point. It's crazy. It really is. I love that new dome system that they have going. It's very unique. And this knurling, that's another pro, which I did forget to mention. The knurling is so easy to grip. If you notice, I was gripping it and moving it with no problems at all. I like those little diamond cutouts. That's what I call them, diamond cutouts. So that's it for my review, and I will see you in the next one.